Okay guys, well it's Sunday and I'm working on my stuff today. I don't know if you can see in the background here, I'll give you a glimpse of what's going on here. Right here I've got Big Red. I call it Big Red. I know some of you people, you're probably looking at it and you're saying the truck looks orange to me. But actually it's called Crimson Red with a K, and that's what they called it back in 1976. Now I bought this truck off, believe it or not, the second original owner. And it's absolutely rust-free underneath. The box floor, the cab mounts, the inner fenders, all that kind of stuff is pretty much, well, the driver's side inner fender's got one little hole in it, but other than that, it's rust-free. It needs a driver's door, which I've got, and it needs one rocker panel. Other than that, though, it's got a couple little bubbles on the one box side back up in there. But other than that, she's a good old truck. And I've had this truck for, I don't know, at least a good 7 years. The motor that was in it was a good motor. I actually got the motor sitting right here under the bench, wrapped up in a blanket. It was a 350 4-barrel motor, and it was good. But towing the trailer and towing cars on the back, she was a little weak on the hills. So I put a 350. I built up another 350 and put in it, 4-bolt main 350 with 194 heads on it, and a comp cam and all that. And the motor itself is a 350 of 300 horse, and it's got a it's got a turbo 350 in there with a mild stall converter, because you don't want to have too carried away a stall converter and you got a trailer on there, and a shift kit, and whatever the rear end was originally, I can't remember. I think it's 3 something in the back of this truck. I don't remember, it's been so long, but this is the old workhorse. And besides the motor and tranny and a few little things, I put a new rad in it, I've done the steering box, and today, Sunday, my 58 day, I had to get in here and I had to do the upper ball joint and the upper control arm bushing off the driver's side. Last weekend, when you saw my 58, I only got the front end done, and that was because my buddy Al was around, and we were talking for a while. Then Dan was over with his dad, and you guys sure seen the video of that, I think, of me telling you all about his stories. And then I also did the idler arm and pitman arm in this truck. So she's my workhorse, and like I say, you know how the old saying goes, that the shoemaker always has the worst shoes. And that's kind of how it is with my old workhorse here. I maintain her running-wise, but body-wise, she sure could use some dents and dings and a paint job. And hopefully we get to that this summer. But anyway, mechanical wise, she's a good, strong, running motor. And so anyway, here's my 58. I'm on to my 58 today. The good news is, now I started looking at this thing. Remember I told you that, I've told you this car's been off the road since 78. And it came over somewhere from the island. There was a couple guys that were going to make a race car out of it. Well, everything so far in this car has come apart easily and has been new back in the day and never ran. If you look at this looks like it's all cleaned up, painted. You probably can't see, but there's a fresh gasket here, and I don't know if I can zoom in here. Let me try. If you look carefully, this is a fresh gasket all in behind here. So I can't really show you right now, because as you can see, I've taken the bolts out for the diff. I'm going to roll it out, and look at this. Look at the bolts. Someone's had that all apart. Those are the bolts that came out of it. Brand new. What's the good news about this car? Well, in 57 to 59, it could even be the later years, I'm not sure, but I know 57 to 59, they had a really good Ford 9-inch. Obviously Ford. And the 9-inch was a good rear end. These rear ends are hard to come by. They're sought after. Well, the good news is that when I spun this thing up in the air, and I'm about to take it out of here and take her apart anyway, it's a posi. Now, I highly doubt this car came with a posi, because this car originally was a 6-cylinder automatic. But those other guys that had the car way back in the day that were going to make an 1/8 mile or 1/4 mile racer out of her, like I say, obviously I can see in the diff someone's had it apart. They would have made it a posi, more than likely, you would think, because it's a posi. You go and spin it, both wheels are spinning equally, you try and hold one, the other one's just, it will not move. It's awesome. It couldn't have made my day any better, because I was going to take it apart and I was going to put a posi unit in it, and who knows, depending whether I find a good used one or I find one that's new that someone doesn't want, I was still going to be looking at between $500 to who knows up to $1,000 to do this diff. Chances are, looking at that's the case and this diff has been someone's been into it, chances are when I pull the axles and pull the third member, it's going to be perfectly fine. All I'm going to do is clean it out, put some fresh oil in it, and a new set of seals on the end, and we're done. We're done. I just saved some huge money. So that's awesome. So I'm big thumbs up for myself there today. But anyway, yeah. So that's what I'm working on. And I'll continue this video here in a bit when I get her pulled out. Here's even the other bolt on the other side. Look at the other bolt on the other side. brand new. You even look at the frame. The frame is just surface rust. Now, nobody did have the body off the frame, but I mean, there's no tar, no undercoating. This frame is going to be so easy to clean up. Now, how I'm going to clean the frame up, and I will mention it again when I do it. I'm not doing it today. I told you that I'm not getting carried away with this car. Obviously, it's a frame off restoration, and everything mechanical is going to be brand new, and it's going to be poker straight, it's going to be wet sand, it's got new upholstery, it's got new chrome. Fuck, I guess I am getting a little carried away. But anyway, I'm not going to take the frame down and blast it. I've got a sandblaster here, a big pot sandblaster if I want to use it, but on this frame, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pressure wash it really good. Anyone that's got a shop out there and you're wondering, or trying to get a shop and you're like, what's a good tool to have in my shop? You never think about it, but get yourself a good pressure washer. I've got a good gas pressure washer. I finally bought a couple years back here, and it's a Honda one that just works awesome. I actually got it off of Dr. Dave. He had no need for it, and it was brand new. He had never used it, and I bought it off him, and yeah, it works great. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pressure wash the frame, and give it a real good pressure wash on a sunny day. Then I'm hoping, and hopefully the night before, like that night's going to be clear too. And then I'm going to soak it down with around 6 cans of oven cleaner, or whatever it takes. Put some real high strength oven cleaner on it. Leave it soak overnight. Go back the next day, hit it with the pressure washer. I swear to God, the thing will come out, it'll just eat everything right off that frame. The sucker will look like it's almost been blasted. It'll be unbelievable. So a good little tip there, good little trick, oven cleaner. And trust me, oven cleaner is cheaper than if you're out buying engine shampoo and engine gunk. Engine shampoo, engine gunk is what, $4 to $6 a can? Oven cleaner, run to Walmart, $2.50. You're gonna you get 2 oven cleaners for the price of one degreaser at the parts store, and the oven cleaner works 10 times better. So that's what I'm gonna do. I will mention it again when I do it in case anyone doesn't see this video, and that's it. So let's get Big Red fired up. Let's get her the hell out of the shop so I got more room to work on my frame here, and you know what? I'll let you guys hear Big Red. I'm sure you haven't heard Big Red. I'll let you hear what a 350 and an old beat-up truck with 300 horse sounds like. So let's take a listen. Better open the doors before we choke ourselves to death. And we got it's a nice sunny, not sunny, cloudy, rainy, wet Sunday afternoon. Okay, let's get this old girl flashed up. Where the hell's the key? Probably in it. There's one thing I'm bad for, it's losing keys. Okay, let's flash her. There we go, guys. Yeah. It's quite the shocker. It's quite the shocker when I take Big Red out and I pull up next to people. They're always like, "Holy shit! What the hell you got in that thing for a motor?" And oh, there we go. And yeah, you trust me, Big Red goes. Big Red is I'm not saying Big Red's the fastest truck out there around. There's always someone faster. We've already discussed that before. But if there was ever a sleeper, Big Red is a sleeper. I mean, she'll burn the tires off there all day long. But anyway, I gotta get her pulled out, and then I'll get back to filming here, and we'll show you what else we come up with on my frame. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, so we got my Big Red truck out of here. We got the frame rolled out, sitting on a cart. I got the diff here up on jack stands, and I put the jack under the center of it just to be safe. So we'll get the brakes off and take it from there. Oops. I tell you can tell one thing for sure, everything seems new in here. Now, if you guys out there, if you're taking the brakes apart and you're uncertain of yourself, like I say several times, get yourself a digital camera. Take lots of pictures before you take it apart. I myself, I took 2 pictures of it. One sort of an angle, one on the other side of an angle. I'm not too concerned. I got the manual here, plus everything I own has drum brakes on it, so I know basically how they go together. But like I say, it doesn't hurt to have a camera. There's no shame in taking pictures and looking back to see how something is together. And it's a good thing to get the manual and look it up online anyway, because what's to say the last guy that put it together did it right? You know what I mean? So that's all there is to it. Okay. Okay. Holy shit, look at that, guys. See that? The fucking axle don't even have a puller on it and it's already loose. Someone has been in here. Now whether it's done right or wrong, I don't know, but you know what? There's no way an axle has been sitting there from 1958 would be that simple to come apart. It just isn't. There's no way. I'm gonna know in a minute here. God, it looks like it's a new seal in there. My luck, I'll pull it right out the fucking jack stands. Normally I would do this up on sawhorses, but at the moment we got a bunch of our parts around the shop sitting on the horses. There's the bearing. Holy fuck, it looks brand new. Oh yeah. Oh, look at it inside. Oh, I should have took that brake off. I got carried away. That's a brand new seal in there. That is brand new. Where's our light? Oh, it's brand new. Holy shit. There's oil in it. Oh, and it's nice new oil too. Holy God. Unbelievable. Let me just wipe that oil and crap off here. Oh yeah. Oh man. Yep. It looks like we're lucking out, guys. We got a brand new bearing on this side. We got a brand new seal. You just seen it. The axle was not that tight. Let's take a look at the end of this axle. God, it's flawless. It's absolutely flawless. The Sunday today just keeps getting better and better and better. Some people go to church. I come out here because this is my church. This is my church right here, my shop. And today, the gods are looking upon me. Yep, this is awesome. This is totally awesome. God, it couldn't get any better. I cannot wait till I get the third member out. That's even going to be better yet. Okay. Well, I'm going to pull another axle. I'm going to shut the camera off for a minute here. No point keep rolling. One side's apart. I mean, look at this. Look at the brake shoes. Look at how thick they, you know, look at the pads. You can see. It's just, everything was new. Everything was new. I guess, like I said, I don't know. The car was taken off the road in '78, so I can't say for certain when these guys on the island started pissing around with it. But obviously, you know, they spent some time on it, and maybe even the guy that, Jerry, who I bought it off, a friend of mine, maybe even the guy in New Westminster was playing with this car. I don't know. All I know is that everything so far on this car has been new, but because it has sat for so long, obviously I can't use it. You know, I mean, I'm not going to use brake shoes that are 30 years old. Not, you probably could get away with it, but I'm not going to. Wheel cylinders are garbage. Their seals are dried up. I mean, I'm just putting it all new because, and not only that, when it comes to mechanical, I never cut corners. And at the end of the day, this is a car I'm going to be selling, and it's got my name on it, and safety is a major issue because we never know what's going to happen. And that's the last thing we need is for Old Time Garage to sell a car and it goes down the road and something goes wrong with it, right? So that's it. So I'm going to do a little more inspection here, and when I get the third member out, we'll be right back. Okay guys, so I got my third member out of it, and it appears that I am lucky. It is a locker rear end. Now a locker is pretty similar to a posi. You know, if you want to look, if you look it up online, you can get the exact terms. I'm a car guy. I mean, I work with my hands. I don't know the exact terms how to tell you, but it is like a posi, and it's a good rear end. It's a good rear end for a street car. I wouldn't use this car if I was putting a standard behind it and a ton of horsepower and going out in the track. I would not use it, but for around town and wanting to do burnouts, and for what I'm putting behind it, I'm putting like 3 1/4 horsepower behind this thing. It'll be just perfect. So I'm very excited. Everything is new in it. That's the main thing. Whoever did it put everything new. They put new bearings, they put new crown, they put new pinion, they put everything new in it. So I mean, anyone out there watching this video, if you're interested in this car, you got a good rear end in the back. So I'll give you guys a quick tip here for the novice guys that don't know. I'll show you how to tell how to get your gear ratio. If you ever got a differential part and you don't know how to do it, I'll give you a quick shot here on what to do. So this is called your crown gear. And what you do with your crown gear is sometimes there is writing on the crown gear. And there's numbers on there, and you can take those numbers and figure it out from there. But unfortunately for this diff, because it's been taken apart, it's different gears. They changed them. So take a felt pen or take something and mark one of the gears like that, and start at that gear and spin it and count how many teeth are on this gear. Then, I don't know if you can see down in there. If you can just see down in there, try and get the camera at the right angle. If I point, you can see some teeth down in there. That's your pinion gear. Now your pinion gear spins, this is called your pinion, when you turn your pinion. So try and get in there, wipe it off the best you can, clean it off, make a mark on that, count that, and see how many teeth you got. When you get those two numbers, take that number, it'll be a smaller number obviously, and divide it into your larger number, and that's going to tell you what your gear ratio is. And I ended up here, I would have liked a little better gear in here for off the line, but I've got 3 3/6s. I would have loved it if it was in the 3/7s or something like that, but you know what, this is going to be good anyway. I mean, we got the 2-wheel peel rather than the 1-wheel peel, and we've also got also at the end of the day we've got everything new, and we've got good gears. If we're going to take it out on the highway, it'll be good on gas. So I was lucky that way. So I got her all wiped off, I got her cleaned off here, and what I'm going to do now is I've got a good friend in town that I use for doing my diffs and my trannies, and I'm going to run the diff over to him, because even though it's all new, I'm just going to get him to just double check it, because what's to say somebody didn't put it together right or wrong. It looks good to me, but while I'm over there, it's been sitting for a long time. I know it's new, but we may as well replace the pinion seal. You know, Dr. Dave even suggested that, replace the pinion seal. I mean, the car's been off the road since '78. We don't know, sometime between '78 and within, I don't know, I've had the car for 9 or 10 years, so '78 to before 10 years ago, someone redid the whole diff, and everything, like we say, is new, but that's a long time for a pinion seal to sit, so we want to get him to replace that and put a new crush sleeve in there while we're at it, and then we just know it's done right. So, yeah, I don't know what else is. I thought I heard somebody come in, but I guess not. I don't know what else to say, except it looks like Sunday today is a good day for me, I will see you next week. Next Sunday I'll be back doing another video. Okay, see you later.
So you